In the shifting landscape of Pacific geopolitics, where the tides of influence ebb and flow with each passing year, a new force is quietly but unmistakably rising. The Philippines, long seen as a crossroads of cultures and a bridge between East and West, has emerged as a pivotal player on the regional stage. Once defined by its colonial past and decades of external influence, the nation is now actively shaping the region's strategic future under the leadership of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr., who has ushered in a new era of assertiveness and vision. No longer a passive observer, the Philippines asserts its voice through bold diplomacy, strengthened alliances, and a willingness to engage with both traditional partners and new allies alike. At the heart of this transformation is a firm stance on maritime sovereignty in the West Philippine Sea, where the nation defends its territorial rights and resources with renewed determination. This transformation is not just rhetorical, it is backed by concrete actions, from modernizing the military and investing in infrastructure, to enhancing disaster resilience and economic growth. A growing network of international partnerships, including deeper ties with ASEAN neighbors, the United States, Japan, and Australia, is positioning the country as an indispensable ally for regional stability and security. We'll explore the policy shifts, the internal debates, and the challenges faced by leaders and citizens as they navigate a rapidly changing world. The Philippines now finds itself at the center of a strategic contest between the US and China, making critical decisions that will shape not only its own destiny, but the future of the entire Indo-Pacific region. The nation's journey is a testament to how a middle power, through astute diplomacy, clear-eyed self-interest, and a commitment to national values, can influence the regional order and inspire others facing similar challenges. Today, the Philippines stands as a linchpin in the Pacific, a nation offering vital lessons on sovereignty, resilience, and the art of navigating superpower rivalry in an increasingly complex world. The inauguration of President Ferdinand Marcos Jr. in 2022 was more than just a ceremonial transfer of power. It signaled a profound turning point in the Philippines' foreign policy direction. Under his predecessor, Rodrigo Duterte, the Philippines had pursued a notably China-friendly approach, seeking closer economic ties and downplaying maritime disputes in hopes of securing investment and aid from Beijing. But Marcos Jr. quickly charted a new course, reaffirming the country's long-standing alliances with the United States and other Western partners. He adopted a more assertive stance, openly challenging Chinese expansionism in the South China Sea and signaling a return to a values-based foreign policy. This shift was not just a matter of diplomatic language. Across the country, public sentiment had grown increasingly frustrated with Chinese incursions into Philippine waters. Citizens rallied in the streets, waving national flags and demanding that their leaders defend the nation's maritime rights and sovereignty. The previous era's policy of appeasement had failed to stop the harassment of Filipino fishermen and supply missions by Chinese Coast Guard vessels. These confrontations at sea became a symbol of the nation's vulnerability and the urgent need for a stronger response. In response, the Marcos administration embraced a strategy of assertive transparency, publicizing Chinese actions, documenting maritime incidents, and bringing international attention to the ongoing disputes. This approach not only informed the public, but also rallied support from allies and partners around the world. As a result, the Philippines has found itself at the heart of Indo-Pacific security discussions. Joint military exercises with the United States and other regional allies have been revitalized, and the country's voice now carries greater weight in international forums. This transformation is more than a simple change in leadership. It represents a national awakening to the realities of geography, the importance of sovereignty, and the need to protect the country's future. The Philippines' bold course correction has not only reshaped its own destiny, but has also forced countries across the Pacific to reconsider their strategic calculations, making Manila a pivotal player in the evolving security landscape of the region. At the heart of the Philippines' evolving foreign policy is a renewed and dynamic alliance with the United States, marking a significant shift in the country's strategic direction. This partnership, once defined by historical ties and mutual defense treaties, is now being reimagined to address the complex challenges of the 21st century. The American embrace is not just symbolic, it is a calculated move to secure the nation's interests amid growing regional uncertainties. Under President Marcos Jr., the Philippines has taken bold steps to deepen both military and economic cooperation with the U.S. Expanded access for American forces at key bases across the archipelago has been matched by ambitious joint infrastructure projects, such as the Luzon Economic Corridor, which aims to boost connectivity and economic growth. These efforts signal a commitment to modernization and resilience, ensuring the country is better prepared for future challenges. The partnership now seamlessly blends security cooperation with robust economic support, creating a multifaceted alliance that offers the Philippines a compelling alternative to other regional models. By integrating defense, trade, and development, Manila is positioning itself as a key player in shaping the region's future. At the same time, Manila is actively diversifying its security relationships. Joint military exercises with India and strengthened ties with Japan, Australia, and Vietnam reflect a deliberate strategy to broaden its network of partners. These collaborations enhance the Philippines' capabilities and foster greater trust among regional allies. This expanding web of partnerships amplifies the Philippines' voice on the global stage and increases its collective strength, reducing reliance on any single ally and promoting a more balanced approach to security. By building a resilient network of like-minded nations, the Philippines is helping to shape a more stable and secure regional architecture, one that can better withstand external pressures and adapt to emerging threats. No longer content to be a passive recipient of security guarantees, Manila is now an active architect of its own destiny, charting a bold course for the nation's future in a rapidly changing world. As the Philippines rises, it faces a new battleground: digital disinformation. Sophisticated campaigns, often linked to foreign actors, aim to erode trust and sway public opinion, especially on issues like the West Philippine Sea. During the 2025 midterms, nearly half of election-related social media chatter was driven by fake accounts and paid influencers. The Marcos administration responded with a full-scale investigation into alleged Chinese interference, signaling a firm stand on digital sovereignty. By confronting disinformation and building digital resilience, the Philippines is defending its democracy as fiercely as its maritime borders. The fight for truth online is now as crucial as the patrols at sea. The West Philippine Sea is the front line of the Philippines' assertiveness. Chinese vessels routinely harass Filipino ships and fishermen, employing gray zone tactics to assert control without open conflict. The Marcos government's policy of assertive transparency, documenting and publicizing these incidents, has rallied global support and exposed Beijing's coercion. International attention has turned the dispute into a symbol of the struggle for a rules-based order. The courage of Filipino sailors and Coast Guard personnel has become a source of national pride and unity. The Philippines' unwavering stance cements its role as a steadfast guardian of maritime freedom in the Pacific. The May 2025 midterms became a referendum on the Philippines' strategic direction. Voters faced a stark choice: defend sovereignty and deepen Western alliances, or return to a more conciliatory stance toward China. The Senate race was especially critical, with impeachment proceedings and political stability at stake. Dramatic events, including the arrest of former President Duterte, briefly shifted public sentiment but did not alter the central debate. The results were a resounding endorsement of Marcos Jr.'s assertive foreign policy and commitment to democratic alliances. The election solidified the Philippines' role as a democratic bellwether and key regional player. The Philippines is also leading through humanitarian action, turning its vulnerability to natural disasters into a regional strength. Decades of experience have forged world-class disaster response capabilities, showcased during events like Tropical Storm Christine in 2025. Joint operations with allies, especially the U.S., have saved lives and built trust, strengthening alliances on a human level. These efforts go beyond security. They foster goodwill and demonstrate the Philippines' commitment to regional stability. Humanitarian leadership is now a respected form of power in the Pacific. The country's ability to respond compassionately enhances its international standing. The Philippines is proving it can both defend its rights and extend a helping hand. The Philippines' foreign policy is defined by its skillful navigation of U.S.-China rivalry. While strengthening security ties with Washington, Manila remains open to Chinese trade and investment where interests align. This dual-track approach maximizes strategic autonomy, allowing the Philippines to benefit from both sides without sacrificing sovereignty. The government compartmentalizes relationships, challenging China on security, cooperating on economics. This nuanced strategy marks a shift from Cold War binaries to multi-aligned pragmatic diplomacy. The Philippines is showing other middle powers how to assert sovereignty while pursuing economic growth. It's writing its own playbook in a complex, competitive world. With strategic foresight, the Philippines has become the Pacific's indispensable linchpin. Its transformation from regional bystander to central actor rests on renewed alliances, democratic resilience, and assertive sovereignty. Challenges remain, from maritime confrontations to digital interference, but the nation's adaptability and transparency have earned global respect. The Philippines offers a model for middle powers seeking agency in a multipolar world. Its leadership in security, democracy, and humanitarian aid is shaping the region's future. The archipelago's centrality is now matched by its geopolitical significance. The world is watching as the Philippines takes its place as a leading force in the Pacific.